Everybody, Norm over here with Mark, and we've got the great Monte Pittman over here from
Hey.
Madonna, played on all those Madonna tours, and 2 solo records that you have.
Well, it's 6 now. I have two
came out
new
on the same
ones.
day, right?
Yeah, 2 new ones. They came out on the same day. One's heavy, one's acoustic.
Really?
There you go.
Fantastic.
So
And you
that
just
way I
got off
a
tour
little-
too, right?
Yeah, just got off tour opening for Sebastian Bach. So I'm still recovering from that.
Are you done for the rest of the year? You just
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
the year's almost up, and then looking at finalizing some other tours starting at the beginning of next year.
how are the 2 records doing right now?
They're doing great. They're being well received.
Are you playing out both the acoustic stuff and the heavy stuff? when
Yeah,
you
I
play?
start out heavy, and then I break it down acoustic, and then I come back and knock them out, heavy again.
Very cool.
So the acoustic stuff, it kind of brings it down. I'll bring it all the way down to like, and then that kind of draws everybody in. And at the end, we're
Slow down over the head, yeah.
not on acoustic, on acoustic too, actually. But
What kind of acoustics do you use them?
Bourgeois
Bourgeois
acoustics.
is kind of your thing of choice. You start using those.
Yeah,
when
I
the
was
Madonna
looking
tours?
everywhere. I looked through every acoustic guitar maker, and that's what I thought was the best that I've seen. I saw Ray LaMontagne play. I'm a huge fan of his.
No.
And that's what he was playing.
And in terms of electrics, you still have a signature model?
No,
or
I'm
you-
with ESP now.
Oh, okay, cool. Very cool.
And Monte, besides Madonna and besides your thing, you did Adam Lambert too,
Yeah,
right?
he's doing great right now.
Yeah.
I played with him. We played together before he went on American Idol. So
Really?
I got to see that, transition.
No.
And I played with Prong, all
Prong.
in the 2000s. And I played with this group called Carmen for a little while too, this pop group.
Yeah.
That was
it husband and wife?
Yeah,
Was it- yeah. I remember.
That's been one of my favorite gigs I've ever had. So, but basically, in between, when I'm not doing something with Madonna, I've been able to concentrate on my solo material.
How much gear do you have to cover this many? I mean, what is the pop? If you're doing like a Carmen thing or you're doing a Madonna thing, what rig are you bringing as opposed to if you're doing the Monte Pittman show?
Well, it's the same. I try to keep it the same, so
Right,
that way
same-
everything's
same
dialed
basic
in.
stuff, yeah.
So that way, if I'm playing my own show, then I've got my gear that's dialed in.
No.
And I use I've been with Orange for several years, since 2004, 2003, 2004.
Years ago, we got an amp from you in Marshall, though, right?
No, that was orange
had
too.
the-
It was like a purple.
The name?
Yeah.
It was a purple sparkle orange
Yeah,
stuff.
so,
Yeah, it
so
was
that,
wild.
and I started using a Kemper with it, but I use them together. So I go into the Kemper, and then the direct out from the Kemper goes into the orange head. So since one's digital and one's analog, you get that perfect separation.
And basically, you have all the shows for all the artists you're playing with or yourself. All
Yeah,
kind
I've
of
got
just dialed in,
everything. Yeah, you
everything is
can-
patched in.
Yeah, my main distortions, like my main heavy sound, I actually got on the last tour. With the Kemper, I profiled my orange head that I used on my album.
No.
But then I tweaked that with the Soundman, with Madonna Soundman. So that's been tweaked through the PA, like all over the world.
In big rooms.
So I
Not even rooms. Big
I showed
spaces.
him how to use it, and so then I could just take the Kemper up front, and then have him sort of dial it in with the PA. So then now, like just being on tour with Sebastian, like opening up, playing theaters and playing clubs, then that sound was already I don't have to touch
It's
it.
ready to go.
How many pieces are you taking out on the road when you have the Monte Pittman thing?
That I just have one ESP. Well, I have a
No, I
backup
mean
guitar.
in terms of other musicians.
The band.
Oh, three-piece band, a drummer and a bass player. Eli Santana, who's an amazing guitar player, he plays for Holy Grail. He played bass, and then John Deddy played drums. So he plays with Anthrax.
Yeah.
And he used to play with Slayer and Testament.
Quite a contrast between Madonna and that, right?
Yeah.
What do you
Well, I love doing everything.
No, and you do it all well.
That's been the only. I mean, that's one of the only reasons I'm still here. I moved to LA 19 years ago, and I think if I just did one thing, I don't think I would have been able to keep
Where were you from?
going.
originally?
I grew up in Texas, in East Texas, a place called Longview,
Nice.
right by where Freddie King was born. He was born in Gilmer.
Very good.
I didn't know that till recently.
Can you tell them the story really quick of how you met Madonna?
Yeah. Okay. Well.
I don't know if we've ever talked about this on
Okay.
camera.
Yeah.
It's a
No.
good
Yeah.
story.
I moved to LA and I worked at a music store. I should have come here to work. Well, I may not.
Well, probably not.
Actually, I'm not going to change the path. Everything
Things seem
happened.
to work out.
Yeah, work
okay,
out.
yeah.
Anyway, I worked at another music store here in town, and people used to always come in looking for guitar teachers, but we didn't have anyone. Or if we did recommend someone, a lot of times people will come in and say, do you have anybody else? And I used to teach when I lived in Texas. So I quit working because I sucked at selling guitars, and I was going to start teaching. And if that didn't work out, I was going to move back to Texas. And my third student was Guy Ritchie, and he and Madonna were dating at the time. So then me and Madonna became friends because I was going over to her house and teaching her boyfriend. Then Guy got her a guitar. She started taking lessons, and I thought maybe she would take one lesson and that was it. But then I started getting called to come to her house, 3 times a week, and
So this is like late '90s when she was starting to play.
No, this was 2000.
Right, okay.
The year 2000.
Year 2000.
In the year 2000. So, and a month after her first lesson, she invited me to come play on Letterman with her. And so we both played, just me and her playing acoustic, and she had put out the song "Don't Tell Me." And so it's kind of like perfect timing to do that acoustic. And then she keeps calling me back.
And
thankfully,
you've just been her guitar player for the last
18 years
almost 20
now.
years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's almost, if you round it up, it's 20 years now, which is crazy.
Insane.
Because that's how long her career had been when I met her. Pretty
Up to
much.
that. It's insane, man.
And she's easy to work with? That's a loaded question.
She expects the best out of you.
Well, you're playing sold out.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a
stadiums
reason for that.
around the world. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's quite a production. I would assume that's a pretty.
Yeah, and you get to do some of the biggest shows that exist in our time, and it's a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of fun, and we all love doing it.
No.
And she knows what she wants and everything when,
Oh, yes.
in terms of the music.
Oh yeah, she knows what she wants, and she wants everybody's input, which a
Oh,
lot of
that's
people get
cool.
surprised by.
No. Where can everybody find you online if they want to check out the your Monte Pittman album?
MontePittman.com or at Metal Blade Records /Monte Pittman, and it's at Monte Pittman on all the social
You can
media.
find it everywhere.
I mean, I guess if you Google me or whatever,
It'll come up.
you look it up. I mean,
It'll be there.
Something's gonna.
Dude, haven't seen you in a while. You've
Good
been on the
seeing
road
you
working
again.
hard. It's good
I
to see
know,
you. Thanks
I
for
know.
coming by.
Thanks,
You
Mike.
gotta keep putting wood in the fire.
There you go.
We'll play
Play us
a little
out.
All right,
buddy.
here's this.
Play this. Sounds perfect when you play it.
That guitar is like 1929. That's almost as old as me.
Wow.
I'm well.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
It's gonna be 100 years old soon.
Thank you. I look a day over 90.
Thank you, Monty.
Thank you.
That's it.